Hey everyone, and welcome back to Underdog Investing. So today we're going to talk about Virgin Galactic. Firstly, having a look at the stock price, and then we're going to talk about some of the reasons why we've seen a decline in the stock price and why these reasons actually don't have a significant impact on the fundamentals of the company and why we should remain bullish on this company. So let's have a look at the stock price first. So we're at $26.57, which is about 9.3% down in the trading day so far. That's quite a significant decline. And you can see that in the 5-day chart, we're down about 13.5%. In the 1-month chart, we're down about 24% almost. And then in the 6-month chart, you can see initially we had a massive run up at the start of the year. So we were up about 240%. And then since 11th of February, when we hit an all-time high of around $60, we've had a decline since then. So we hit about 55% decline, and then we recovered slightly, and then we're back down to about 55% down from all-time highs. So I'm going to go through some of the reasons why we've seen this decline, and then I'm going to talk about why it's actually not as bad as we think. And most of these reasons haven't changed the fundamentals of the company, and this is why I'm still bullish on this company. So for that, we have to look at this article by the Motley Fool, why Virgin Galactic shares lost altitude in March. So the first reason they describe is to do with Chamath Palihapitiya, who is the chairman of Virgin Galactic. So the month started off sour for Virgin Galactic investors who got word that company chairman Chamath Palihapitiya had sold a significant portion of his holdings. Now, that might sound quite bad, but the fact is that his investment firm, Social Capital Hemisphere, still owns a significant portion of Virgin Galactic. So although he's sold a lot of his personal shares, everyone's got their own personal reasons, his investment firm still holds a significant portion, and he still remains the chairman of Virgin Galactic. So that's why it's not as bad as we think. The second reason is to do with George Whitesides. Now, it also lost Chief Space Officer George Whitesides, a well-respected former NASA Chief of Staff who left to pursue other opportunities. Now, just to give some context, George Whitesides has been with the company since the beginning, and he actually remained CEO of this company, Virgin Galactic, until around 2020 when Michael Colglazier, the former Disneyland Resort chairman, actually took over as CEO of Virgin Galactic. So George Whitesides has been with the company for a long time, and I want to explain why it's actually not so much of a bad thing that he left the company, although people saw it negatively. So basically, he is a engineer at heart. So he was the former NASA Chief of Staff, and so he's a very technical person, and that's exactly what Virgin Galactic needed at the start of the company. It's because they needed someone who was able to create a viable product, basically a spaceship which was able to take passengers into suborbit, into space. And that's exactly what Virgin Galactic are basically at the cusp of achieving. They're very close, after 1 or 2 test flights, to becoming operational and actually authorized to bring passengers into space. And at that point, George Whiteside's role at Virgin Galactic has basically finished. And the way I see it is he's had to pass the baton on to someone who has a different skill set. So he's passed the baton on to Michael Colglazier, who is the former CEO or the president of Disneyland Resorts. And so what Michael Colglazier's role is to basically take this product that George Whitesides has created with Virgin Galactic, which is the spaceship, and really create it and turn it into an experience that people can really find magical. And Michael Colglazier is exactly the person who is suited for this role. So I think it's actually a good thing that George Whitesides has left, because he's probably better used somewhere else where they actually need him. Because at this point, we've got the technology, we've probably got a bunch of talented people who can take this product and continue improving on it. But we really did need Michael Colglazier, who is able to really create the magical experience that we want for a space tourism company. So again, this is a good thing. Okay, so the third point is to do with the delays in the testing schedule. So basically what happened was we had a test flight in December and we actually managed to reach altitude. So the mothership took the spaceship all the way to altitude. We actually managed to release this, the spaceship as well. And at that point we had this problem where we couldn't ignite the rocket motor. That's why the spaceship wasn't able to go to space. And the reason why we couldn't ignite the rocket motor was because there was a problem with electromagnetic interference. And okay, so the good news about that test flight was we were able to land safely and no one was harmed. There was no catastrophe. The only issue was we had to fix this problem with the electromagnetic interference, and Virgin Galactic initially wanted to repeat the test flight in February, so around mid-February. But just before they were going to repeat the test flight, they actually revealed that they hadn't actually solved the issue with the electromagnetic interference, and the issue was slightly worse than they thought it would be. And so what happened was they had to delay the test flight further, and the test flight is currently scheduled for May 2021, so that's next month, so it's very soon. And one of the reasons why to be honest, I completely understand why investors would be a bit put off by this delaying of test flights, and I completely understand why the stock price has gone down because of this. But again, this is one of those things where I don't think it's changed the fundamentals of the company. If anything, I think it's shown me that this company is a very safe company who are doing things properly. Space is a very new field, and a company like Virgin Galactic needs to be very careful because they're in space tourism, and in space tourism you need a lot of trust from the customers. They previously had a failed catastrophic test flight which resulted in fatalities back in 2014, so they really can't afford another fatality because that would just completely ruin the trust in the company as well as in the product, which will stop any customers from actually purchasing the tickets. If you imagine Virgin Galactic, if they have another catastrophic test flight, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who actually bought tickets aren't actually going to go into space, and that's the whole product gone basically. So I think it's very important that they do take their time and fix the issue and make sure that everything's safe before they are able to go for this test flight. It's not like a company where they have a product in which they can just release it even though it's not optimal, just so that they can iterate faster. With Virgin Galactic, we've got people involved, and anytime you've got people involved, you have to be very careful and make sure that it's safe. So that's the third reason. And then the final reason is the tech sell-off. So as we all know, a few months ago we had this issue where there was rising yields and interest rates, and that resulted in people transitioning from high growth stocks to value stocks, and that resulted in a sell-off in pretty much all the tech stocks. Tesla, Palantir, Lemonade, Virgin Galactic, none of them was spared. And and the ones that actually had the most significant upside resulted in the most significant pullback. So Virgin Galactic had a significant run up in 2020 as well as the start of 2021, so it was only normal to have a significant pullback. And so personally, all of the four things that I've mentioned haven't changed the fundamentals, so I'm still very bullish on this company. So before I go into the next article and just show you why that article was very wrong, I'd be very grateful if you can smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for future updates. So this article by Investor Place: wait for Virgin Galactic to take flight before you invest. This is something I really disagree with, and the reason I disagree with this is because the whole point of investing is about investing in a company before, like if you see an opportunity and that other people don't see, because that's the only time you're going to actually make money, because you're going to be able to invest earlier, and then by the time the event happened, others are going to see the opportunity and invest, and then you've actually been able to ride that wave. Whereas what they're basically saying here in this article is, let's wait for the test flight before you invest in the company. Now I can see why that helps in terms of reducing the risk, is because if the test flight is successful, then the stock's unlikely to go down, but then at the same time you're going to have missed the potential upside that someone who invested earlier was able to achieve. So I think in terms of the timing of when you invest, I think what's really important is what is your own risk appetite. Because if you invest early, then what actually happens is you get the potential benefits of anything happening, such as a successful test flight. So you will ride that wave upwards, but you also potentially could ride that wave downwards if the test flight is catastrophic or if it gets delayed further. Whereas if you invest after the event, although you're not going to see as much downside, you're also going to not see as much upside. And the way I've done it with Virgin Galactic is, I understand that it's a very risky company, but I do believe in a long-term vision of the company in terms of space tourism as well as supersonic travel. And it's not like I've bet my whole portfolio onto Virgin Galactic. It's a very small percentage of my portfolio, but it's something that I'm not going to waver on. I'm not going to panic sell this stock. Losing it isn't going to make a significant difference to me because of the size of the position. But yeah, I'm very bullish on this stock. So even if it goes down, I mean, it's gone down 55%. I haven't panicked at all, because I genuinely believe that there's plenty of catalysts to send the stock much higher, and it's all about the long term with this stock. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm planning to do. And yeah, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for future updates. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you found it useful, please do share this with a friend, and thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.